Hey people, Infantry 1v1, Pale Tooth Gorge, blue side. Mostafa007 is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control. Starting off in melee combat, we got the 1000 Suns elite scheme with the Hooded Heretics. Red side, GuruSkippy is a Lord General, fights in ranged combat, begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers, can add to the retinue really strong defense and support. Looks like we have the Armageddon Steel Legion. Some CSM, some more Heretics as expected. Sentinel on the way. Let's talk about 293 Imperial Guard then. They were seen as pretty damn strong in 292, 1v1s especially. So they've had some adjustments, trying to slow down their early game a bit and maybe take a hit against their very powerful tier 2 Chimera play. So the Sentinel got a cost increase up to 350 from 330. Guardsmen also got a 20 rec cost increase up to 230, and that in turn means they cost more to reinforce. They also increase the time it takes to reinforce by a second. I think it's from 2 seconds to 3. And those changes don't sound like a lot, but we've seen before in Dawn of War 2, small changes to costs can add up hugely across the scope of a game. In fact, it was the cost reduction to 210 for these guys a few patches ago, I'm not sure when, that was, part of the problem, how they got so powerful. We'll see what it does. It's definitely a hit to their usual playstyle of Chimera shenanigans in tier 2. You can now try to focus down the guards and have much more of an impact against your enemy. The Lord General himself, I don't think got any balance changes. Oh, he did get, they changed the melee skill of his retinue, which is not a hugely impactful change, but hey, they're on top of things. Sentinel gets the stomp. It's going to go after the Heretics. Needs to get these guys moving, Mostafa. Nope, just eats it. More Heretics coming in now. They're okay though. Amazingly, the Heretics have not died yet. None of them have died. CSM went for the garrison. Now they can get the VP back. Some good pressure on the east side from GuruSkippy. Very experienced Dawn of War 2 player, I believe from France. Mostafa has those grenade launchers, of course. Very painful for guardsmen, and now it's, of course, it's more difficult being a guardsman in Dawn of War 2. If that was possible, they've now done it. The Sorcerer, I also believe, did not get any balance changes. No, he got a bunch of attempted fixes for casting Doom Bolts and fixed an exploit for one of his other abilities and stuff. Heretics also just got some exploits, some bugs fixed. CSM, they got a change to their plasma gun from Mark of Tzeentch, and the Mark of Corn fellas had some kind of issue fixed with their pistols or something. I'm not sure what it was. Doesn't elaborate in the notes, unfortunately. Raptors, of course, got a cost increase up from 440 to 445. which adds 1 power to their reinforced cost as well, up to, is it 67.7 yet? Raptors had a bit of a resurgence in 292. We do have some Noise Marines now for Mostafa. Did he get any changes? Let me have a look here. Noise Marines, Sonic Blaster silence wind-up time reduced from 1.5 to 1. I guess that means they silence ranged attacks a bit faster. And the Blastmaster Wave now only affects enemy infantry while it's traveling. If you hit someone, if you hit allies on the impact point of it, it will still mess them up badly. Looks like we have guardsmen grabbing the west side. They got harassed there by the Sorcerer early on, but now he's in the mid and getting forced to retreat again. Grenade launchers up on the Lord General. Decent DPS. It's spread out, so 9.52 doesn't sound like a lot. But it's hitting multiple models, and the retinue gets them too. The Stormtrooper fellas also find some grenade launchers from somewhere. And move might help them escape nasty Sorcerer stuff like Dark Flames and the like. Here comes some CSM with Eternal War. Flamer Guardsman here, messing up those Heretics. They do get a Doom Blast and then get a Stomp. Yep, they're going to go down, I think. If they're focused here, they should go down. Although, oh, he got him. I was gonna say the grenade launchers might not be able to hit those retreating Heretics very well, but didn't need to. Just smack them up in melee. They were sent in a little bit earlier, I think, those Heretics. Should have waited for the Chaos Space Marines maybe to threaten a little bit closer and make GuruSkippy make a tough choice there. But as it stood, the correct choice was to focus on the heretics running at me. And it worked. They'd be dead. Noise Marines on capping duty. They are great at bashing gens. We might see them try that at some point. Sorcerer gets the cap. Double Noise Marines. You can really mess things up with double Noise Marines. The damage they put out can be surprising. Guardsmen here do not want to fight grenade launchers. That is not an efficient matchup for them. These guys could cap this while positioning themselves to fire. The other models, by the way, have auto guns, which did get a damage buff many patches ago now. They haven't positioned themselves well. They can't really threaten the Sentinel as it shoots at them. There's that cacophony. Lord General trying to get in there to tie them up. Can still do so. Need to run, fellas. Should have cacophonied and then ran, I think. Yeah, that was a needless model loss there. Just needed to bump the Lord General away fast enough and then retreat. Look at this. GuruSkippy gets a power bash. One generator down. Do they not get... Oh. They get 3 flamers, that's right. I thought they got 4 for a second. Confusing myself with heretic grenade launchers and stuff. CSM getting in there, just looked at that guy and he blew up. Forcing off the others. Are they going to Doom Bolt on retreat? Nope. His power's nice and healthy. Sentinel here now trying to shoot heretics. I love when units die in the garrison and just fly out. I guess it's to clearly illustrate to the player that stuff is dying, you know. It's a good thing from a clarity viewpoint, which Dawn of War 2 does suffer from a lot. But it does look fun. Tier 2 on the way for GuruSkippy. Mostafa's already there. We did not see a quick Blood Crusher though. Maybe they want to have a look at that new Markov Tzeentch Dreadnought, eh? You're trading really badly with Eternal War CSM if you don't have any other upgrades. Guardsmen, yeah, they got messed up there. Got the decap. But dropped a model needlessly. Should have got a decap and run. They might still have dropped it on retreat, but that would have been the play. Oh. I guess Mostafa cancelled that second Noise Marine and went tier 2, eh? Fair enough. What are you going to get, though? Kind of lost their momentum here, getting to tier 2 in good time. Must be waiting for a Dreadnought. I think a Blood Crusher really would have done some work here. Could have charged on through to the power alongside some Noise Marines and got the bash. These guys getting messed up by that Sonic Blaster. And they can now push on through straight to the power. They might be able to stop it here, though. The Lord General can get in and tie them up. Yeah, they needed a little bit of support to do this. It is indeed a Chaos Dreadnought on the way. GuruSkippy with Ogrins on the way now. Perhaps expecting the Dreadnought now that Mostafa's got nothing else out. Did the Ogrins get any changes? Let's have a look here. Can I find them on this massive change log? No. No changes I can see here to Ogrins. They're still big old fellas that smack you with their guns really hard, it turns out. Super heavy infantry, these guys, so they can shrug off piercing damage, which is like bolt guns and stuff. And heavy melee from those Ripper guns when they get close to you. CSM certainly are not going to want to fight them. We might see Markov Tzeentch then to shoot these guys. There's a stomp, they dropped a model again. Doing a good job putting pressure on points, Mostafa, but a little bit sloppy here and there. Like judging engagements and stuff. Might go straight for the power here, GuruSkippy. The Lord General goes mid. We do have the Bonehead leader up. Oh, we have a Markov Khorne Dreadnought. Who needs Markov Tzeentch bolt guns? And you have this guy to smack Ogrins in the face. Gets those two close combat claws now. And has access to the Blood Rage. You see the Sorcerer running away there? That's because he wants to create space to warp the Dreadnought out of trouble. Yeah, Ogrins don't want to fight that guy. He'll have melee resistance, so when he uses the Blood Rage, he's going to tear through him. Oh, they've dodged him. They have dodged the Dreadnought there. Noise Range tried to use the opportunity to get a power bash. It was a nice idea from Mostafa, but GuruSkippy backed off the unfavourable engagement with the Dreadnought. It meant they could respond to that threat on the power. 453 to 231 on the VPs. Las Cannon on the way for GuruSkippy. There it is. Dreadnought finds something to smack. Maybe. You have Plasma Gun Guardsman now for GuruSkippy. Can he get a hit? What's it trying to chase? The Ogrins are right there, dude. There we go. Blood Rage activated. Now taking Las Cannon shots. It's going to get at least a model off the Ogrins. Yeah, look at that. That was like 3 hits. Might need to warp this guy out, though. You can't control him when he's Blood Raged, but you can still warp him. There it is. You just saw it pop. Man, he got close. Got close to going down there. Needs repairs. Only has a single Heretic squad to do so. Are they even? Would they even be considered a squad? A bunch of cultists? I suppose so. We have melter guns now for the Lord General, and his retinue fellas also get those. Fight harder is a... It says increases the weapon rate of fire. It might mean increases weapon cooldown, which would be useful for a las cannon. Blast Master, almost a good hit, overshot it a little bit. Blast Masters and plasma cannons have their accuracy messed up a little bit when they're on elevated terrain. That relates to a long ago change to make their weapons loop a bit so they don't hit terrain so much. Just a side effect of that. Sorcerer teleports in, has the Sword of Flame as well. Gets away safely, I believe. Sentinel getting missile launcher shots in. Another Dreadnought from Mostafa, really. Well, that's certainly fun. Got a generator over here randomly. Heretics trying to repair. Might want to get some more Heretics to help support double Dreadnoughts. Nope, cancels it, goes to tier 3. How much red do you have? Not enough to really think about Terminators, I don't think. Have we seen a Dark Flames or something? Don't think we have. It hasn't actually lost that much stuff, GuruSkippy, in terms of just, you know, models dying. Blast Master. Nope. Made big old noises, didn't actually shoot anything. No sign of Markov Tzeentch to help deal with the Ogrins, just really relying on the Dreadnought for that, which is still getting repairs, by the way. Got half, wow, a bit more than half XP just from killing that Ogrin. Or 2. Can't remember if we got 2 of them. Wow. Plasma guns ripped through those Chaos Space Marines there. Dropped 2 models really fast, and melter guns, of course, were helping. Mostafa's not in a great position here. If they can teleport on the las cannon, they can basically just march the Dreadnought in. This thing will still be getting shots, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage per shot. And you can still warp it away. That's the problem though, isn't it? If you teleport on the las cannon, where do you warp the Dreadnought to when it's in trouble? Goes in. Blood Rage activated. It's going to take some las cannon shots though. There's the warp. It does get away. But yeah, those are rough fights. Did they kill an Ogrin? They did kill an Ogrin. Blast Master. Not quite getting those clean hits since it's on higher elevation here. Very, very slightly. Now it's on even around. Got a much better hit. CSM. Oh, die. Mostafa lost sight of these guys and they go down. And look at this Dreadnought now. Beleaguered, needs so much repair work. Gonna take so long. GuruSkippy's looking very strong here. Did lose their natural momentarily, thanks to the Sorcerer being all sneaky-like. Level 2. What is this? Oh, it's teleporting. Messing up those guardsmen. Oh, he put Coruscating Flame on himself. That's what he was waving his sword around. And they got wrecked. Look at these guys. Are they going to get away? Teleports after him. I think he's going to get a wipe here. Just the 2 squad leaders left and they go down. Well done, Sorcerer. Got level 3 for that. Coruscating Flame and Teleporting. Pretty bad news for those guys, it turns out. Power Bash here from GuruSkippy. Blast Master has scared them off though. Mostafa. Not buying things in tier 3. What does he want? A Great Unclean one? Seems like it. Not sure what that stomp was from the Sentinel there. He must have pressed the hotkey to change missile type and mess it up a bit. Ogrins. Not quite enough to get the kill. This last cannon is still pointing where the Dreadnought was ages ago. These guys are going for the VP, I believe. Might want to send the Ogrins over there, GuruSkippy, but I guess he doesn't know what's going to show up. He might think the Dreadnought's going to show up. 310 to 169. GuruSkippy with the double cap now. Done a good job on the VP so far, Mostafa. But the fights have generally gone GuruSkippy's way. A little bit passive here. I think he should be a bit more aggressive trying to lock down this VP. He must know he's ahead. More heretics there were cancelled by Mostafa. Being indecisive here. Has enough resources literally to get anything aside from Terminators. But is not. They are thinking hard. There is the Great Unclean one now. I think he should follow that up with some Havocs or something. Try and keep this infantry in check with some suppression. Here comes the Markov Khorne Dreadnought. Yeah, GuruSkippy's really fearful of this thing. Unless the last cannon is around, he does not want to engage it, which is understandable. Melter Gun's doing a little bit of work there. These guys now have their medical sergeant, by the way. I'm sure the Ogrins have a medical pack. Are they smart enough to use it, though, is the question. 248 to 169. Dreadnought in trouble, of course. The last cannon getting shots. Ogrins going in. It seems to not be fighting the Ogrins. Big misplay from Mostafa. Did not warp it out. Did not engage the Ogrins. Basically did nothing with it. Sorcerer. Oh, look. The Sorcerer was killing stuff. That's why. I think they got distracted over there. 246 to 163. Can the Great Unclean one do a whole lot of stuff here? Oh boy, we have a tank pulled in by GuruSkippy. What an amazing global to have. I've said this very often, but just dropping a tank anywhere you like is pretty good. Especially a Lehman Russ. Sorcerer is persuaded to leave, let's say, by a tank. Was the Great Unclean one cancelled and started again? Must have been. Very indecisive, Mostafa. I mean, he's got some tough choices to make. It's understandable. Blast Master. Did actually hit one, I think. He fell over anyway. Maybe he was just shocked. Might have queued something else up here, Mostafa. He certainly needs something else. The Great Unclean one's not going to be able to do all this alone, especially if, you know, the last cannon's getting shots in. Lehman Russ there as well. Ogrins will do a lot of damage for a Great Unclean one, although perhaps not a favourable fight. That's for sure. The map looking very red. Very, very red. 222 to 149 on the VPs. Great Unclean one. Almost up. Almost. Needs to follow that up quickly with, I say, a las cannon. It is Havocs. Blastmaster actually getting some good shots on the Sentinel. Otherwise, it's been quite disappointing, this thing. Hasn't really got hits in on clumps of infantry that often. It's been isolated a lot. Mostafa's had like less units to work with for quite a while now. Dropping those early heretics and of course the CSM going down. Here's that Sorcerer. Smacking him pretty good. That Sword of Flame, eh? It's painful. It's not even 50 melee DPS, but that damage over time really adds up. Uh-oh, might die here though. Doesn't have the energy to teleport away. If they did try to retreat, the Ogrins would have murdered him. We have some Chaos Terminators. Now, do they get claws to really just shred all the infantry here. Plague Marines as well, they certainly are recovering here, Mostafa. Looks like we're going to see just default Chaos Terminators for a while, which are still pretty damn good. Got those Combi Bolters and Power Fists. Great and Clean One just hanging out here. This guy passively damages nearby enemies and has some nasty abilities too. Can consume allied units to power his energy, much like the Sorcerer can do actually. Double Leman Russes for GuruSkippy, going for Executioner. Good choice, because it's great versus heavy and super heavy infantry, which is what Terminators and the Great Unclean One are. They're both super heavy infantry armor. Lord General does not get a decap. Mostafa all of a sudden has the 2-to-1 cap and a decent army on the field. Look at the damage that the Executioner Leman Russ and the Vanquisher are doing to the Great Unclean One here. Now the Plague Marines come up to try and put some pressure on. The Havocs were forced off a while ago. Ogrins are messed up by the Great Unclean One. Creeping Barrage is not going to knock over those Terminators. It does do some damage. Las Cannon continues to get shots on the Great Unclean One. Those guys get stomped. Need to run away now. Don't keep them here, Mostafa. There you go, run away. Has a double cap. Really needs the Sorcerer back on the field. He's doing so much work on this west side all alone. West side is being capped now by Guardsmen. Double cap for Mostafa. Man, feels like GuruSkippy should be ahead here. Blastmaster getting some big hits. One more is going to take out the Sentinel. But misses. Some bolter fire was going in, but couldn't quite finish it off. The Chaos Terminators now have an autocannon. This game is very close. 171 to 59 on the VPs. Single cap now for GuruSkippy, thanks to the Sentinel's decap. Terminators, they do have enough DPS to put pressure on the Leman Russes, I think. But maybe not the Executioner, because look at that. That's a bad trade. He needed a little bit of support. Great Unclean One is healing up at base. Last Cannon is in the mid. And more Havocs on the way for Mostafa. Does not get the Sorcerer back up. I guess the Leman Russes are the biggest threat. And the Sorcerer doesn't really help there. He could help with like warping Plague Marines around. This Sentinel needs repairs really badly. Chaos Terminators are taking a lot of damage here. Especially if those Las Cannons start hitting, and Melter Guns are a lot of damage too. Look at that. Really messed up there. Plague Marines going for a decap. Here's the Great Unclean One. Las Cannon is in place. Terminators did drop a model, and that's really expensive to reinforce. There's a cloud of flies. Plague Marines couldn't quite get the decap. They need to run away now. Ogrins drop a model. I think it was the... Nope, Boned Leader's still there. This Leman Russ goes down, was taking Las Cannon hits. It's not always easy to spot Las Cannon shots when the squad shooting is not on your screen. It can be tough. Even harder is to spot like beamy death gun shots can be pretty bad. So he could warp the Great Unclean One back to his corpse over here. But looks like we're not seeing that. The Great Unclean One goes down. 79 to 59. There's only a single Terminator now. A single Ogrin too. Now fighting a Power Fist Terminator. Takes it down. Heroic Ogrin. And it's... Oh, he ran into the explosion of the Great Unclean One and dies. I thought it was going to get away there. The Curse of Indrid strikes against that heroic Ogrin. Sentinel's still alive. Must have got some repairs, maybe from the heavy weapon squad. But yeah, that was pretty frantic. Pretty frantic. I think they should have, and it's hard to say, they should have maybe tried to, Heretics died over here, tried to teleport that thing. It would have been tough though, because it would have gone to the body of the Sorcerer there, and might not have got away. The twitching corpse type situation over there. GuruSkippy has tons of resources. could get another Lehman Rusk very quickly. In fact, it just purchased, it just flew one in. There we go. Plague Marines did get some changes in 293. Let me see if I can get the exact numbers here. So Plague Marines, the rotation speed increased from 250 to 500. Double the rotation speed. They also have their missile launcher reload duration reduced by a couple of seconds, I think. And they have a nerf to their hit point regeneration. Oh, there's the game. While I was talking about Plague Marines, GuruSkippy got it with a 2-to-1 cap. It was insanely close. Despite GuruSkippy's way better handling of fights, I think. At least up until Tier 3 there. Tier 3 was pretty messy. Mostafa made mistakes here and there and paid for it in the end. Sorcerer was back on the field by the end. Level 4 and level 5 Lord General 2. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.